Fellow Ambazonians, today is Sunday, December the 18th, and I come to you with a critical message. We have just learned of a ceasefire agreement reached in Canada between some Ambazonian leaders and the government of La République du Cameroon. They have supposedly reached a ceasefire that will lead to cessation of fighting on the ground. I want you to know, Chris Anu, the leader of the interim government, today, Sunday, December the 18th, that your interim government is not party to any ceasefire. We reject any ceasefire. No ceasefire will work on the ground until La République du Cameroon is ready to sit on the table to discuss the root causes to this conflict. We want every Ambazonian restoration fighter to know what has taken place and what happened in Canada happened with a lot of money exchanging hands between the CDN acting on behalf of the Prime Minister office and the leaders who went to Canada. A lot of money changed hands. We are very sure of what we are telling you. I shall be coming back to you on Wednesday on ABS with details of this story. But I just want you to know, fellow Ambazonians, there is no ceasefire. There is no ceasefire. And ground zero, ghost towns intensify. Ghost towns intensify. This is going to be, there is going to be a new order on the ground. Monday ghost towns intensify. La République du Cameroon will not carry out another Fumban in the 22nd century with us. This is the age of the social media, the age of the internet, the age of enlightenment, the age of education, the age of information technology. And a second Fumban, we will not allow it to happen. Please pass this message around to everybody that you can reach. Ghost towns intensify. Restoration fighters get ready for full war in the territory. I come back to you on Wednesday with a full statement, a presentation on this. Look out for ABS. God bless you all. God bless Ambazonia. Long live the Federal Republic. Chris Anu here.
Fellow Ambazonians, good evening. Today is Sunday, December the 18th, 2022. And the time right now is 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. Fellow Ambazonians, I want you to pay close attention to what I'm about to say here, because it may have huge implications on our struggle right now. For some time now, we have been told of some negotiations or dialogue or discussions, whatever you may choose to call it, going on in Canada. When this was announced, several of us raised eyebrows based on the fact that the identities of those who were taking part in these talks were not released. And also, the details of what was being discussed were not released either. Things are beginning to trickle out, and what we are getting is very concerning, to say the least. What we are getting is that those who attended the Canada discussions have agreed to a ceasefire. Listen to me again. That those who attended the Canada discussions have agreed to a ceasefire. and we still do not know the conditions of this ceasefire. You must understand that for some time now, La République has been trying to replace the ailing Paul Biya, as you saw for yourself this past weekend when he came to Washington, that the man is completely depleted, that he cannot more function. So there is great desperation to make sure that someone takes over from him. Not just someone, but Frank Biya. But the concern is that they don't want Frank Biya to take over the war in the southern Cameroons, especially considering that they may have their own internal problems to deal with when this transfer of power is announced. It therefore will be challenging for a new president who doesn't even have any experience of running anything to manage both the war in the southern Cameroons and Ambazonia, which has been challenging to La République du Cameroon itself, and then to deal with any other internal squabbles that may arise as a result of Paul Biya handing over power to his son, which is greatly contested in some quarters in La République du Cameroon. It is therefore for this reason that these Canada talks were hurriedly put together as soon as La République du Cameroon had withdrawn from the Swiss talks, which were well organized to look into the root cause of the conflict between us, the people of the southern Cameroons, Ambazonia, and La République du Cameroon. It is therefore for this reason that La République du Cameroon is putting everything on the table. And I tell you, fellow Ambazonians, everything on the table, including murder, assassination plot, to make sure that whatever is going on in Canada holds. Listen to what I have to tell you here. There is a plan in Canada that has been revealed to us by our informants within the internal operations of La République du Cameroon, that there is a plot to do away with Comrade Chris Ano. I say it again, there is a plot to do away with Comrade Chris Ano because he is seen as a stumbling block to what they are trying to put together in Canada. And they are willing to spend as much as 100 million CFA to make sure that this happens. Fellow Ambazonians, there were two considerations on how to go about accomplishing the task of killing Comrade Chris Ano. The first option was to get someone to shoot him and kill him. But given the risks involved, and considering that he is a U.S. citizen, that they may not be able to cover their tracks if such a crime were committed. They therefore settled on a second option, to get someone to poison him, because they believe that by poisoning and killing Comrade Chris Ano, that the main obstacle to what they are planning in Canada would have been eliminated. So, fellow Ambazonians, this is what is unfolding in Canada. During the talks, Professor Anyangwe represented several leaders who were not physically present there, and I will name a few. Professor Anyangwe represented Professor Anyangwe represented the ADF. He also represented SOCADEF or APLM, however you want to call it. He also represented John Ba Akoro of the consortium. And also, of course, there was also my chefs present and my Emma Awesome. But I will say here that when the final details of this plot that I just released here were hammered out, my Emma Awesome refused to sign that agreement. She refused to sign that agreement. Emma Awesome was the only one, the only attendee of that conference who refused to sign that agreement. And as we speak, her own life too is now at stake. So if anything should happen to my Emma Awesome, know exactly those who are responsible. Fellow Ambazonians, this is serious. So this is breaking news. I will not be able to give you all the details of what is unfolding here. But I'll call on you to tune in to ABS TV on Wednesday. Comrade Chris Ano himself will be anchoring. I will be able to shed more light on this unfolding story. Fellow Ambazonians, the days ahead are pregnant. This is a crucial moment in our struggle. We have to hold tight because we are about to be taken advantage of again at the point when victory is so near. Some of our comrades, if we are not careful, will sell us again just like in 1972. So keep your eyes wide open. But understand that the life of Comrade Chris Ano is being threatened. And there's a lot of money out there to accomplish this objective by La République du Cameroon. They have realized that he is the stumbling block that will not be bought. But others have agreed to a ceasefire before going ahead with any other negotiations. And you understand that once there is a ceasefire, La République du Cameroon will install their new president. Everything will be okay. And then they will be able to handle whatever problems they have within La République. And by the time we are done with any negotiations and we are not satisfied, they would have consolidated and secured their country, and they can then come back again and deal with us. So we must not relent. Our restoration fighters, we are calling on you not to accept any ideas coming from anyone for you to lay down your arms. On the contrary, all of you should go out on the offensive. People are trying to take money on the blood of our people that have been spilled, and we must not let this happen. It must not happen. If you have put down your sticks for whatever reason, this is the time to pick it back up. Pick back up your sticks and go on the offensive. People, money is changing hands. Money is changing hands. And people are trying to sell our struggle. We must not let that happen. Tune in to ABS TV this Wednesday. Comrade Chris Ano will fill you in on the remaining details of this unfolding story. Ma Emma Awesome.
Fellow Ambazonians, na unaman Mr. Humble again. Well, we will see what the way it happened for Washington DC. But if we be the go now by way the way La République du Cameroun, the agents, their corrupt ministers, their Ambazonian apologies. If we be the go now by way the way Insala Emmanuel be talk. Then on the Wednesday for Washington DC, Chris Anu for there for jail. So Chris Anu be someone for there for jail. Oh, they will go ransack the house. They seize that. He they under detention. Oh, Eric Tato. They don't go pick it up for questioning. Oh, the John Baku, they cooperate with La Republic agents. Nothing no go happen. Chukman, Sako, oh, the cold, nobody no go show up. Guess what? On Wednesday, the chaffs be separated from the corn. As they used to tell we they grow up. You see, people in the way, especially these citizens of La Republique du Cameroon and their agents, and even some of them, when they inside United States, they don't understand the system. They don't understand the system. They don't understand how United States they work. Even that what with three brothers, the way they will pick them up, they know they jail. They know they jail. No be so way the legal system for United States in the work. And Salah Emmanuel, I watch how we there for Yaoundé for CRTV. He talk in French. He say he don't file suit. He list the names of 200 Ambazonians, separatists, them way. Now they kidnap, they funded the terrorist activities for inside Ambazonia. I say they would pick them up one after the other. My brothers and sisters, that place where that demonstration be there. That place where that demonstration be there. As a matter of fact, downtown Washington DC. Now for the way FBI headquarters is there. Security, U.S. security apparatchik. Their headquarters in Washington DC. Within that area, 2 miles radius, where they be the demonstrate before they go for Foggy Bottom. So they be the demonstrate right for the nostrils of FBI headquarters. So why they not be go pick up activists? Why they not be just go pick up Chris Anu? Why they not just go pick up Eric Tato? Why they not just go pick up John Baku? Why they not be go just go gather everybody where it demonstrate? That one they tell now. Say this liberation movement, it be real, it be recognized. If they be go after these guys, they be go after the activists. If they want squash this with liberation movement, then why they approve? Why they approve the demonstration? Why they approve the demonstration? You know, be like say they will go talk and say na one person or na two people or na this group. They will go there in the name of Ambazonia. Meaning that if you go for their records, they'll say Ambazonians applied for a permit to protest, to carry out a demonstration. They don't be say Anglophones, they say Ambazonians. So it's there for their records. So all that people, the way they remain us, and it looks on one way, Remingo, no, that they are journalists. He say, coupe du pour les Ambazoniens aux États-Unis. I know say me, I don't know me French now. I think the tongue, I say things they be rough for Ambazonian activists or United. Be rough how? They don't arrest who? Apart from their three guys them. Where they be pick them up, the book, then they don't arrest who? They be say, oh, they arrest Mangan with 45 people, then they go jail them. This story don't be stale. You know say some soup the way it will stay over a sour, you know fit chop them again. This their thing about they don't pick up this Ambazonia, they don't pick, it don't be stale. But the thing they now I say, we go be very happy. Say they bury the hatchet. The various activists they come together and me they see the success where they get them. And the reason that why they don't say activism not be a one-day thing. We get for launch we own lawsuit. Me they find out now how Salah Emmanuel if he do get asylum, then from there he get green card. What did he be the excuse?
Good evening, fellow Ambazonians. Today is Friday. This is Paul Beer. A shadow of a man who once thought of himself as invincible. A man who once referred to himself as L'Homme Lion is now more like L'Homme Mouton. This is Paul Beer. I almost could not help but feel sorry for this bastard. Couldn't help feel sorry for him. He seemed confused. He didn't even know where he was. Or didn't even seem to recognize those who were in the room. Or who his audience were and what he was doing there. He lacked the comprehension to make sense of his environment. This is a man who at one time thought himself like he had wings, he could fly. But look at him now. At one point I thought he would go down on all fours and crawl like a dog. That's how tired he looked. You see. And that is life. You see, he barely struggled to make it across the stage. And then he sat down to catch his breath, looking so pitiful. How shameful. This is a man who has caused so much suffering to so many people. A man who has killed so many people. A man who has killed children, babies, has killed pregnant women, buried them in mass graves. A man who has killed pastors, a man who has killed priests, a man who has even killed his former wife, caused so much suffering and misery. He retarded the progress of millions of people. He's caused a whole nation to go into stagnation, more than stagnation. I tell you, this is a man who has caused so much pain, and now he looks helpless. He looks pitiful. When I looked at him walking across the hall, after the cheers, when the announcement was made for him to appear, and then all of a sudden you could see the astonishment in the eyes of those who were in that room as they watched a man who is supposed to be president seem more like a patient being taken to an emergency ward or something. This is Paul Biya of La République du Cameroon. Then I asked, I couldn't help but wonder to myself, what was going on in the minds of those in that hall? What were they thinking? Did they really see this man as worthy of a president? They must have been wondering what kind of people live in the country where this man comes from. I'm sure it must have run through their minds to wonder what kind of people live in that Cameroon that such a man, a frail-looking man, will be their leader. And what kind of leadership would he provide when he can't even lead himself? This is the same man whom the likes of Misodi-Political and the bloated Nick Santos will shamelessly stand in line to receive and call their president. The same people whom we once called comrades. And talking about Nick Santos, I could not help but feel sorry for him too the other day. You know, there is a certain job assignment that I've always hated. I hate it even just to see others doing it. You know, when you're driving down the street, sometimes you see people standing on the side of the road, carrying signposts, and they are used as human signposts. You mostly see them when carrying signposts for store closings and stuff like that. I just hate to see people being subjected to such very demeaning jobs. Because what I ask myself is, was there no other thoughtful way of putting that sign up than to give it to a human being to carry that sign and stand by the side of the street for hours holding that sign? How humiliating is that? But then, when I looked at Nick Santos carrying a signpost, just like what I've just described, store closing signpost, Nick Santos was carrying a signpost, standing there and waiting for Paul Biya. I just felt sorry for this bloated man. And this is a guy who is supposed to be a doctor. You reduce yourself to be a signpost carrier for Paul Biya. Then I asked myself, how much could Paul Biya have paid him to make him humiliate himself that much? And then again, I thought he must be very desperate. You must be a very desperate person to subject yourself to such humiliation as Nick Santos did. You must be very miserable to do that, to reduce yourself to be a sign or a human signpost. I'm sure many writers are already have a lot of material for their books with the title "The Rise and Fall of Paul Biya." But it seems Biya's humiliation is not yet complete. You remember one time, some years back, when he went to, I think, their so-called 20th May, and he sat on his seat and peed in the seat. And when he got up, the wife was trying to hide it, cover it with a pillow. And then the following year, he went there, and on leaving, he was completely confused, didn't know what he was doing, didn't even know he was supposed to wave. And the wife again had to rush behind him and help to lift his hands up, so to remind him that he's supposed to wave. How much more humiliations will Paul Biya bear for him to understand that it's game over? And now this one here in the United States, he will go there and can't even walk, seemed completely, didn't know what he was doing there, had to be told everything like a baby. And he managed to get up and speak. I can assure you that nobody was listening to what he was saying. They must have been trying to really believe that what they saw actually happened. That the person who is standing in front of them is actually a leader, the president of a country with educated and rational people in that damn country. So I know you also remember his outing in Paris some years ago with Mo Ibrahim, where he seemed not to know what to do with a microphone. As he asked, you want me to talk? You want me to speak? And now this. What is next? What will be Bia's next humiliation? Poor Bia. He didn't see this coming. He didn't know this day would come. So, fellow Ambazonians, I said I couldn't help feel sorry for this man, but no, I cannot feel sorry for this demon, this evil man who has caused so much suffering, pain, and humiliation to so many people. I don't think I can bring myself to feel sorry for this bastard. I think he deserves a lot more than he's getting already. But then, you look at those who are still standing in line and supporting him, and you wonder what really is going on in their minds. What are they thinking? What are they thinking? If you were asked, if all of the leaders in that hall were lined up and people were told to go and stand behind their leader, will these people proudly go and stand behind Paul Biya and say, this is my president?
During our struggle, December 14th will be one of those days that are going to be recorded in the annals of the history of Ambazonia. It was a day unique in itself. Unique in the sense that the person that been slaughtered, the person that declared war on us from an airport, and have been ravaging, burning our houses and killing our people. And Ambazonia has incurred unimaginable sufferings, burning of houses, schools, hospitals, lockdowns, school closed downs, and what have you. You have all endured this alone. But at a unique moment on that day, 14th of December 2022, the orchestrator of all of this happened to have moved, rare of its kind, to the backyard of somebody who calls himself the president of Ambazonia. Even just thinking of the havoc that have been inflicted of his people, the people he says is president to them, it was but normal to show solidarity. Face him face to face. If you don't know really face to face, but where he was residing, to just say, I'm angry for what you are doing to my people. And that person who says he's the president of Ambazonia decides to say, I will sit home and make a speech. And these people are propagated to all the head of state, every head of state from Africa that was in DC. Each country that manifested their anger at the summit was to show to their president what they don't like, show their anger. But uniquely, Somebody he says he's a president, and somebody invaded his own land. He's killing those people indiscriminately. But he said, no, it is not right to go and tell him what you are doing to my people is not good. I would prefer to make a speech to the world. Who was following that speech? Was there any press there to cover the speech? It's unfortunate, ladies and gentlemen, if as of today, we don't yet know who is who in this revolution and who stands for this revolution. And also are doing some sort of camouflage, taking unnecessary excuses. Let me first of all give a shout out to organizers of a hugely successful Washington 14 December march that registered. As I said, that day was unique in itself. That we were talking in the same area, in the same parameter with the person killing our people. It was very important, my ladies, my brothers and sisters. Anybody who stayed away from that march should automatically show you that that person hasn't got the revolution at heart. Because I do not see how you can explain the havoc Pobia has done on Ambazonia. And he comes to a town where you are. I will say, no, I will stay in my house and make a speech. Somewhere else, it will be burning of the whole place down. In the United States here, sometimes you kill just a black guy, they burn down almost the whole place. But somebody whose people have been murdered in their thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds, and that person occasion that comes to your town, you say, no, I will not go there. I will stay in my house, I will make a speech. There are two propositions today, ladies and gentlemen. Either he was afraid to face the crowd that was in DC, or he had been compromised and found it difficult to go shouting as Comrade Chris was shouting, Comrade Mbakuru was shouting, Comrade Eric Tato was shouting, Comrade Evi Komentai was shouting. How will you have been bought over? And then you go shouting that to the guy. You either cover up and just say make a speech to the world than go specifically shouting in front of that person that has made you to be quiet. Those are two propositions I have for that action. I see his mouthpiece, the Ochama and the rest are singing out there. There were 25 people. To you who saw that rally, and to you who listened to the young man, if he tell you in that audio that there were 25 people, and you believed it, then you need to say a psychiatrist for him to examine the functionality of your brain. If you listen to what this guy said, 25 people. What I'm trying to say here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving a shout out to our brothers and sisters who made it possible, even though the fierce fighting from within and without, for that not to happen. But you guys braved it and made it happen. I could recognize the chairman of the Registration Council. I could recognize Comrade Mbakuru. I could recognize Eric Tato. I could recognize a colleague, members of the Restoration Council. I could recognize members of government. I could recognize the cream of Ambazonian people that were there were to tell the world. Some of our activists that fought hard. I could take Daga Napoleon, who have been so vocal and made sure it happened. I want to recognize the White House group that met to put modalities, planning, and everything for this to happen. And of course, these people I just mentioned were part of that group. And above all, I want to recognize Comrade Chris Anu for the powerful speech that was made in that arena, in Pobia's hotel. And if somebody would tell you this is somebody that sold the revolution, as the Ochima will sing there every day, can you in yourself, but there's somebody who has been bought over, can go there and make that speech to the person that bought him over? Ladies and gentlemen, one thing also is unique in that coming together, that we saw the need, that what we want is Boya. No matter your leaning, there's only one goal, and all of us saw it. But the enemy within thought, no, it was not necessary to do that. I will not be part of that. And they stayed home. Let me ask Sako and his people.
And as we continue to prosecute this war, let's stay focused. Let's be vigilant. Let's ask God for wisdom so that the enemy with his cunning devices will not get away with stuff. You know, as I observe certain things going on the social media, there's a video out there of Paul Biya in Washington, D.C. when he came for this All-African Leaders Summit. There's something he's done. He's pretending to be suffering from some kind of dementia. Looks like he's demented. Like he has an unstable mind, confused mind. He doesn't know where he is, confused as to he doesn't know his audience. He doesn't know who he's talking to. He doesn't know when he should talk or how he should talk, his posture. Am I going to sit down? Who am I talking with? Are they important men and women and all that stuff? You see him talking and doing all that. You know, they say a first fool is not a fool. It's the second fool that's the real fool. You know, fellow Ambazonians and the world over, we refuse to be the second fool. It's not happening. You know, Kenny Rogers said something in one of his songs. He said, in every game, there's a secret to survive it. Paul Biya is a trickster. He's a thug. He's a manipulator. He's a deceiver. He's a snake. He's a terrorist. He knows how to play the game. He's been around long enough and he knows what to do. He knows where to. He put himself in a stage like in Washington, D.C., where the whole world is focusing on. He knows what to do. That guy is good. Listen to me, fellow Ambazonians. We cannot be fooled a second time. No. Paul Biya is trying to get off the hook. It has nothing to do with him being demented or dementia or confused. No, that's not the point here. This thing is all staged. Wake up, people. Wake up from your slumber. It's all staged. Now Paul Biya is faking dementia. Yes, that's what he's doing. It's all staged. Listen, look at the times. Look at the season. 3 Ambazonians were arrested. And Paul Biya and his gang, they know that is just the beginning of something coming down. And so they are finding ways of escape. He knows Ambazonians are arrested. And guess what? That America is looking into La Republique, and him being the chief, the commander-in-chief, they will begin from him. Or not only him, his guys, his boys, his agents of the genocide. He knows that his crimes against humanity, there's a day of reckoning where he will be called to answer. He has cases in ICC. He has cases all over the place. He knows all his human rights violations. They know that. Him and his gang, they know that. He knows that 3 of our people were arrested and they are going through investigation, and he knows they are next in line. And so he comes out here, he's trying to play a game. You know, 2 years ago, I believe, during the 20th May celebration, there was this thing in Yaoundé where they were having this, I think, after 20 May party. And he looked as though he was confused, not knowing where to go or who to answer and all of that. And his wife was there trying to direct him and to bring him to order and all of that. That was a game. That was a game. It's a game he plays. He fakes his death. He fakes his health. He does all this in times of trouble. When you corner him, when he finds himself in difficult positions, he corners. When he's being cornered, he will fake his health. He will fake his death. Remember about 2 years ago still, when America started tightening sanctions against La Republic, some officials of Paul Biya's government came to D.C. to meet members of the State Department. And they were saying that the State Department should be considered. They should consider Paul Biya's health. When Paul Biya was tightening, when USA was tightening the screws, putting sanctions on La Republic, these guys told officials of the State Department that, our president is sick. So you guys, whatever you're doing, please consider his health. Yeah, that's right. Consider his health. That's exactly the same thing they are trying to do. Don't tell me that Paul Biya comes to Washington, D.C., the stage of all places, and he's been demented. No, that's not true. You realize after he did all those things, and then he went on stage, he presented a well calculated speech. No, he didn't. There's no dementia at that level. He was okay. All those things he said were staged. He's trying to tell America, know what? I'm not in my right mind. I'm not in my right senses. You know what this guy is trying to do? He's trying to distance himself from all the crimes he's committed in Ambazonia. He knows he's next in line. He knows the world will call him to answer questions. He knows the day of reckoning is around the corner. He knows. And so he's looking for ways to escape this. He comes to Washington, D.C. of all places. Now, are you telling me that his people did not know this condition and they still brought him here? They didn't know that he was in this state and they still brought him here? No, they know. But they came here to play the game. They came here to fake this thing and to behave as though, oh, the guy is not well, he's not okay, he's not thinking. You see, this is his state. You see all the decisions that are going on the ground. Even if the one deciding is because of his condition. Yeah, he knows that we live in a country where you could kill somebody and you go to court and you get off the hook because of your state of mind. You're mentally disturbed and all of that. He knows that he can get away with stuff in this country if you can prove that you're mentally disturbed. He knows that. They know that. That you can get away with killings and murder if you're mentally disturbed. He knows that. And so he's coming to America to play that game so that he can get off the hook. He knows what he's doing. Secondly, what he's trying to do is trying to distance himself from this crime. All those people that are killing for Paul Biya, please, see what Paul Biya is doing? He's distancing himself from all these killings. This is a guy that has killed more than 40,000 Ambazonians. Thousands of them are out there in African countries as refugees. We have thousands locked up in jail. Burned down 400 to 500 villages in Ambazonia. We have millions of Ambazonians scattered all over the place as IDPs. He's killing, even as we speak, he's killing Southern Cameroonians. His thugs, his bees, they are killing. And he knows there's a day of reckoning coming against them. But guess what he's trying to do? He's trying to distance himself from all this.
Would they truly want to be identified as belonging to his country? How shameless would that be? So I just saw that video and I thought to myself, wow, this is Lom Leong. He's completely finished. And may the rest of them that think life, when you are at the bloom of your life, you ought to do things that will make people remember you fondly. But when you treat people with such callousness and evil, this is what you get on your way out. So may you, Paul Biya, enjoy your hell, you bloody murderer. May the rest of your days be filled with pain, agony, and misery. May the ghosts of those you have killed continue to chase you even in your dreams. May you know no peace for the rest of your days here on earth and beyond. For your wickedness, your evil, even as we speak. Good evening, House. Revolutionary greetings. Ketuangon salute to all of our fighters, great generals, foot soldiers defending the homeland. Yes, I see the members of the cabinet of the interim government when a cafe they up. I see people where when I go this protests, where when I go protest for show the world how the tyrant dictator they kill people since today now. 6 years for Ambazonia when a cafe day up. Yes. Mr. Nelson Ochemba, I want to make you understand, say, not the number for people matter. Yes. Not the message where the people carry them matter. You see the videos, you see that truck where he carry the film where the project, everything where the Republic they do for our territory, and the pancarts them where they show how the Republic they slaughter our people. You don't give information for the world. Say look what you were tyrant dictator where don't be for power for 50 years. They destroy some country where they don't annex them. Yes, that is the problem. I want to say Mr. Nelson Ochemba where he say na only ye fit decide and na only ye they talk to for this revolution where you no know. You know, say even if na two people been there for day, the message where they carry them for day been be important. Yes. Okay. Master Mr. Sako Igo Shidong for a so-called office say they make lecture speech. They make that speech make we will listen them. How many people do look that ABC according to you? What he prove them for the world, what he don't show them as proof for the world. Say, look what this tyrant dictator do them for my territory, for our territory. So, as he called himself, say he be president. Look, Sako and Nelson Ochemba and all these handcrappers, them, they don't try for sell with something for more than 4 years today, 6 to even to 7 years, we never buy that thing. We start buying them now, we know they buy them again. Make them stop this nonsense. Yes, make them stop this nonsense. If Sakobu got tell him money for the Republic, yes, he don't gain with the money, with the brought money, and the draft them where don't gather and put them for you be enough. Make it she done with them. But make it know. He know say he know fit destroy this struggle. Come rain, come sun. We will reach for Buya. Yes. Nelson Ochemba don't talk lies. This is the starting of this struggle. We not be no say Nelson Ochemba be an infiltrator for inside this way. He don't talk lies upon lies, fabricate lies. Go university for lies. Bring them inside this struggle. He never destroy this struggle. The struggle there on the tent. He go. Yes. If you want to say these people, this Nelson Ochemba, them, these so-called irrelevant activists, them, if they see say you stand for this struggle, may you be fighter, may you be an activist or leader, they try always for destroy you.
They take your photo, send them for out. If they say they know you, you will see that they pretend for to say send your photo, try for the way where la Republic fi cut up you kill you. Now they work that. You see, Sako don't go set Sagon for they make it kill Field Marshal. The great fighter. Today we Ambazonia get them for this struggle now, Field Marshal, no pity. And now he be the first enemy for Sako and all the can. Now, nothing of the chamber we first start the talk say Field Marshal, no pity the fight now for the Republic. You just see the motos them where we warriors them scatter them for these days. When I see them, I beg these people, Sakono get something for talk for this struggle again. Make it she don't forget they make himself say he be president. But he don't get something for talk for. As far as nothing not they take place for Fako. And as Sako kill Fako, Ingi bimbi the function. Nelson Ochemba kill Ingi. Bate bimbi the function. Aringwa and Sako them they kill commando. How many years today? They not feel bill. He said the call himself say president. He be the only president. How many years today they not feel bill Fako make a fight? They not feel bill Momo make a fight. Sako the call is the shame. These people for at least shame for what you don't do for this struggle. But bad news for them, I say. I don't study Sako sote I study Canas. Even America therefore I don't study it all. Any strategy where Sako go bring I go come down. Ye are nothing of chamber. Yes. Any witty if Cameroon comes on, any strategy where Sako go bring them, no matter he go na for side bring that strategy where he go bring them for this struggle, are there for you front. Yes. I will tell you the truth. Yes, and I will bring the because Sako don't always fight this struggle now with speech. How many speech them where Sako don't do within this fight? No. It's more thing we say, hey, make the rest money. Money them way be don't rest them. Plenty how many money them where Sako be don't rest them. We say who said that money them day? If you talk, that's no chamber go come there, they be give they belong give Chris Anno $135,000. Lava Storm 1, 2, 3. My trip to Buya, draft 220, 221. Not 135,000 way. They be way the crime said they began for Chris Anno. They be carrying them now inside back. Because they don't know the bank where they be put that money for inside Chris Anno take them. So they be carry them now for back. Go for Chris Anno your house, go get them for you. These people would not even shame seven for talk lies. Nelson, I think say if really we Ambazonia, if we been get sense, we not been get for open video for listing audio way they come from Nelson or Chamber. Because all are lies. Me at the listening them because I got their pride. But we not begin get time. You just spoil we are for listening lies. We don't listen correct lies them for 6 years. No need for the listening Nelson or Chamber this thing. He odious. Because all are lies. I've been not say Nelson or Chamber they fabricate lies where you go bring them. The first come with some lies where Martin Mungwa start right say no, Chris Anno don't go meet the members of cabinet for Paul Biya. They write that one with the bunker quickly, just that one just quench. They not bring that now. So Nelson or Chamber be meet the yeah, it is study the kind lies where you go bring them here. He don't come now say no, they will be at 25, even if not 2 people, but they matter. Yes. Send this audio to you, Mr. Coach. I do wait he reply. But I'm not saying no
for this question. Yesterday we introduced what we call then the unmask. The unmask was supposed to sell a story to anybody you meet on the street. Go out there and spread the message to anybody we meet. And this was a unique occasion where the whole world cameras were turned onto DC because of that summit. But the man who called himself president said, no, it is not necessary to go there to manifest or to make your voice heard. I should make a speech. Who were the press called over to cover that speech, that they can take the message out there? So what was the need of the unmask? What is what the marks on envisaged, selling our story to the across the board, and that occasion presented itself. But the man who could not even respect the laws he put by himself. When I call law, I mean a program put in place for him to exercise to sell our case. Is the very person that it presented itself, he said, no, we are not supposed to do it. Inconsistency, leadership. The best thing we know was raise money, raise money. And when you ask yourself, raise money, where is the money we'll be raising all along? That's a story for another day, ladies and gentlemen. But my problem here is, anybody I will make it known that fails to appear or to give his blessings to the DC march, automatically to tell Ambazonia who is for this revolution. As I say, if you'll be bought over, it will be difficult to you go shouting in front of somebody who has bought you over. So the best is stay home and make propaganda. Oh, there were 25 people. Oh, Sako has his lane. Oh, this is an Ambazonian fight. Any action taken by any Ambazonian affects all of us, and of course should be spoken about, should be condemned or praised. Let nobody knows that I take your own lane, I take my own lane. When you are there to discourage people, to make sure they don't confront the murderer that has either killed his sister, his mother, his father, and anything to him, and then I will say to him, I will make a speech for you. Where is the unmask? This is somebody who has never known that sometimes programs are meant to be followed. Even though they are made, program or laws, even though they are made by him, do not have a place in his vocabulary. I'll be coming to analyze some other aspects of what this guy has done to this revolution. I want everybody here to send this audio to the skeptics. That we had one objective, or we have one objective. And the time that was supposed to manifest that objective to the murderer of our people, to the invader of our people, somebody who called himself president said, no, you don't have to do that. Go and stay home. Don't go confront the guy. I will make a speech for you. A speech. A speech. Now we know who is who and who is who in this revolution. Don't be fooled, Ambazonia, by words. See but what somebody does and not what he says. God bless us.
If you use now which story for get asylum, now who be the persecuted for La Republique, because Papa will be minister. E mami now na government agent. E mami na Betty. E Papa na Banso. Now e mami the fund that terrorist activities where they get the own Amber boys, just like Atanganji. When they help terrorists like Republic, the Cameroon soldiers, for the work they kill people them. So, make we not sit any terrain. We don't see them. Say the hot air, where they make them. Before this occasion, this demonstration on Wednesday, everybody, for their top people and for La Republique, they rely how, they don't get into an arrangement with FBI, with the United States government. They would pick up Ambazonian activists and send them home. No, it's not the work that way. In my previous presentation, and maybe we put them down in writing, we'll send them to State Department, even to White House, we'll ask them, why will it be okay for Iranian activists for appear even on TV, for appeal to the State Department, for appeal to Joe Biden, say me they give weapons, me they overthrow the theocratic regime for Iran. Why is it they be okay for a retired Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vigman. That one will be testify against Donald Trump during the second impeachment. Then they remove it. So why be now Ukrainian American? They're good enough for Ukraine. They migrate now. If Papa bring them where they be small. Why be say be okay for you? For every time we appear on TV, they say United States need to give more sophisticated weapons so that make Ukraine defend itself. Why be okay for them for the talk like that? But it not be okay for Ambazonians. For the talk say, we not even talk about they give weapons. We the one we serve, we want raise funds for arm with people them. Make them flush out citizens of La République du Cameroon. Make them flush out terrorists, La République du Cameroon soldiers. Make them flush out La République du Cameroon colonial officials from Ambazonia so that we feel rebuild with country. Why be say not be okay for we for talk like that? Why? Why? Now because you'll be blacks? Why? Why we? Why is that crime for we? For talk say one defend our country? Now two countries, one it get independence 1st January 1960. It joined United Nations September the same year. We at that point will still be a trust territory under Britain. Now sote for October 1st, 1961, where we get our own independence. So we get to stand with grounds, no fear not there, and God forbid if La République not get out. Make these activists, make all of us, make we the plan now for a humongous. I know say the weather and the timing, it be too brief, the weather and everything, and probably it be disturbed for the way people they don't can come out. But make we start the plan now for an all-out demonstration. For an all-out demonstration during summer, not during weekend, during weekday, where we go swarm IMF, World Bank, and Lafayette Park across White House, where we go swarm them during weekday. Una see how police be the help for Block Street so that make Ambazonians and make them march along the street. You never see no military with tear gas in the dispersed way. No. Some knucklehead way La République we pay. I'll get a picture. I will blow them up. I put them online so that we feel identify who it be. You know, if Komoko say one go fight, he want go fight protesters. Police them push you away. You when I not see police or a military or something come, it disturb Ambazonians. No. We now the kind country that way we the one set them up. And the second person we want inform me say make it stop. I don't know whether they pay in a pay him. Michel Bientong. When I notice say I don't know whether Conman Sako pay Michel Bien because whenever I come, he go talk for that. They afraid he say now only one person the way now he control everything and the aucun person the whether wait say il commence Sako qui est le président intérim. Sako no be una be si Sako for day. Una be si Sako for day. Una be si Sako for day. When I don't hear Sako come out and condemn Moja because no, they work together. When Sako watch, if anything positive won't come out for this week, for this demonstration will take place, Sako go come out and say, oh, this was due to heavy diplomatic lifting. Oh, I spent $40,000. This was due to heavy diplomatic lifting. Una we don't hear Sako come also make speech, eloquent speech. When you don't read that for paper, una we don't hear. Even when you go, una don't see go for some gathering where you now now una president come Sako. I want you to tell una say I see what way they happen. Now all that, Chukman.
And all of you killing for him. This is what he's doing. He will get off the hook. He will get away with stuff. You'll be left on your own to answer. You are on your own, actually. That's what is happening. So, fellow Ambazonians, let's not be deceived. This is the chief manipulator, Mr. Pobia. He knows what to do. He knows when to fake his death, fake his health, fake his condition. And he's trying to get away with stuff. America cannot be fooled. America cannot be deceived. They have to hold this guy. He must be accountable. He must be responsible. He must answer for his crimes against humanity. Don't be deceived, my people. This is all fake. It's all staged. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows where he is. He knows the attention that's on him. He knows the cameras are on him. He knows the whole world is focusing on this. And this is the best time to prove the world. I know what? I'm not in my right senses. I'm not in the right state of mind. Even if all is happening on the ground, I'm responsible. It's because of this state of mind. He's faking. It's fake. Don't fall for this. I know we are all caught up in the ridicule. Oh, look at Pobia. He's old, demented, and all of that. No, don't be carried back. That's the song he wants you to sing. He actually got you where he wanted. No, he's trying to make you feel that, oh, again, he's not in the right sense of mind and he's doing all the things and, he shouldn't be held responsible. No, he has to be. America must not be fooled by this. Pobia must answer. He must answer. Pobia, you will answer for all these crimes committed against humanity. You've been killing Southern Cameroonians from day one. All the way back to the days of Legnos, you will answer. You will answer. Kill 2,500 people in Legnos, so-called gas disaster. You will answer. You are still killing as we speak. You will answer. You cannot escape. You cannot come into America and you are faking a dementia. You know you're okay. You are just fine. You are just fine. You are in your senses. It's a way of escape, and we know you. Know what you've been caught by the tail. You cannot run. Ambazonians, don't be fooled. Don't be hook-winked by this. Don't be deceived by this. This guy is a player. He's a manipulator. He's a snake. He's a deceiver. He's been around long enough. He knows how to play the game. Kenny Rogers says every game we know there's a secret to survive it. He's trying to survive all his killings and all of his heinous crimes against humanity. But his days are coming. His days are coming. He will answer. So don't be carried away by all these lies he's trying to portray, all these things he's done. And oh no, it's all a game. It's all staged. He will be held accountable, fellow Ambazonians. Even if he escapes from man, God will hold him down. I guarantee you. I just said I should put out this message so that we all know. Don't be carried away.
So we really need to give kudos to the brothers the way they organize this thing, and it be waka. If you look the footage, you'll see how some that policeman stand as that pictures that the flash, that video, the flash on that LED truck. I see that policeman. He take hands so wipe his face. You know, say they need for hide their feelings now. I think the man ain't not did he be touched by the pictures or the way he not be hide the feelings. I see how the man is wipe his eyes. So in the course of wiping his eyes, I see how he shake his head. Because he see the way they flash through those pictures. When I see that girls the way they be swim. Wait. Terrorists like the Cameroon soldiers go abduct them from dormitory for CPC by the camp. Tell them if they undress, they swim inside that mud. Somebody go talk say with the cause trouble. Now we talk to that guys that be swim. Now we be killed for Ngabu. How would we go kill one people then? Now we be killed for Pinyin. Now we be use helicopter gunships for shoot people for Kembong. Now we be gun down women then for Bangen. Now we be kill Mami. How will we go to kill Mami Happy? That 3 young picking them, one for Moroka, one for Boya, one for Bamenda. Now we be kill, how we hope the kill will picking them? That picking where they be carry them, they throw them inside boiling oil for batty boy. How we hope the kill will picking? How? Now we kill some soya. Now we be cut piles our head to put them on top stick. So we get the evidence. We get them. They will just say, oh, if Biya come, he attend U.S. African Summit, oh, that means that the problem don't be solved. The United States, he go study, they pour in money to lies. Even the money where United States promise, say go give them to Africa, we go file petition. We go right, we see say not a dime. He go to La République du Cameroon. Make President Biden, he ask IMF, he ask World Bank, every summer that he disburse hundreds of millions to La République du Cameroon. What did they do there? Make they ask IMF, the money where they send them for COVID, who say he go? Me they ask BI government how much of that money they spend them inside Ambazonia. The money where they take them for Bill Stadium, who say it go? The money where they be take and say the one put electricity for their Magida land, who say the money go? As a matter of fact, all the money the way they borrow them, who say the money they go? So they even Ferdinand Gongo with themselves, they don't talk say he embezzle. Then they talk say they want go arrest he for a house. Oh, he own section of the B that surround the house. They talk say me their friend B can arrest them. Me they say it didn't end up in a fiasco. Ferdinand Gongo there now. He enjoy himself. So they take it against him for Qatar. Say make he go represent Bia. He go there. When I know what it happen. When I know what will happen time where Ferdinand Gongo is there, Qatar, it be the make out of station allowance 2.5 million francs a day. Ferdinand Gongo go Qatar and for go do it. If he player, if he member of Foot, if he go there and for go do it. If he make 2.5 million francs stipend a day. A day, mean that the number of days the way they did. Multiply them by that 2.5 million. You will see how much we make them just by going there, doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. When I see them, presidents that they come, African presidents, them, that they come America for U.S. Africa Summit. You see president come, maybe 1 or 2 people and their wives. Biya come with a whole delegation of about 12. For can do waiting. For can do waiting. For can do it. That extra people they so they come now for can do waiting. They come now for can do it with the wife. They come now for can do waiting. Anyway, I see that this nonsense where Remain gonna send. I know say the send before this demonstration, but when we see things like this, we not allow me to slide. Nothing not happen with Ambazonians and for the United States. Nothing not happen with Ambazonians and for United States. And they will say, oh, how activists them allow BI pass enter. Now how BI the pass enter for any other country? And people them again, because they don't know how the system they work. They would make those silly comments. For 2008, after the presidential election for Zimbabwe, Operation Mavotera Papi, na Shona, na language, Zimbabwe, tribal language, Mavotera Papi. U.S. ambassador for Harare, Ekomot, Idigo Bulawayo, the second largest town for Zimbabwe. When I know what it happened, Mugabe talks. They were laying for road, the boss all the tires. But guess what? Just 1 month after that, Mugabe will be allowed for contact for United Nations. So it not be strange. Say the thing the way BID do is still that how it come. When I know another example, Paul Kagame may be there here, but when I know a U.S. citizen, he be held in a jail in Kigali. U.S. State Department don't talk to me, they free, they're not free, but Paul Kagame will still come. So U.S. diplomacy be very liberal. Now because ignoramus is the way they don't know anything. They will just return how beer pass enter. It don't enter. What it don't happen? What it don't happen? How many roads they go be tied as beer go back as a result of coming here? How many houses they will be hooked up to portable water system? How many houses they will be hooked up to electricity? As if they here, Douala they go up in flames. I will post on that picture. I'm gonna see what the way they happen inside Douala, where gangs they take collapse, so they cut people them in broad daylight. Broad daylight. So make una
in defense of just cause. In defense of a just cause, I can't stay without talking about Reverend Dr. Sako Ikome. I will be talking also about the role of the church in the southern Cameroon's Ambazonia, so la République du Cameroon conflict resolution. Listen and listen attentively. It is no news that the above-mentioned Reverend man brought disgrace to the name of God, the name of the church, and other clergymen. It is painful that a people who are crying and struggling to share their grievances, their oppression and suppression at all costs, using all available means and opportunities to do so, were discouraged by this servant of God. When we say it, we should not say anything about it. I will differ very sharply with such, because the reason why evil has prevailed in the world is because good people have done nothing. They have said nothing. Some people have been deceived by the illusion that if I let the devil alone, the devil will leave me alone. Lies. The devil is not going to leave you alone, and the slave masters are not going to leave you alone to see you gain freedom. Because, the maintenance of ignorance is to the advantage of your oppressor. So I'm not going to keep you ignorant. I'm not going to let the damage that is being caused by one of us clergymen to continue to, dampen the air and the atmosphere for freedom. For those who are honestly seeking for the freedom of the oppressed, not only those at home, but others in exile who are fending and living a hand-to-mouth life, not because they wanted it to be that way, but because they identified with the cause of the freedom of the oppressed people of southern Cameroon. Dear freedom fighters, congratulations to you on this wonderful occasion of the Washington, D.C. 14th day of December demonstrations. Your turnout sent a shocking message to those who campaigned for a total failure of this event. Those who championed the cause of discouraging others from turning out, especially Reverend Dr. Sako Samuel Ikome. I mentioned it yesterday in passing during our demonstration that this particular president, ex-president of Southern Cameroon's Ambazonia, has by his action, by his description of that demonstration, cut down any grounds, legal grounds that he had standing on, and would decree and declare it completely cut under his feet. So let no one come out and say, oh, the President Sako Samuel did not accept for the interim government to go, but he called on other Ambazonians to go out and freely demonstrate their desires. That is a lie. That is not what ex-President Sako Samuel said. He said it will be a waste of time. It will not be permitted. It is foolishness. People are going there. They will not be heard. They will be pushed to a corner and this and that. I don't have to go talking about all of what he gave out there to discourage people from going. I am here as a clergy, but much more so as a freedom fighter. When I say spiritual warfare is on the move, yes, those who want to give up the fight, I say don't give up the fight. Those who want to give up the race, I say don't give up the race. If God is on our side, who can be against us? Nobody. Not even the pastor that is claimed to be the God-sent pastor can be against us when God is for us, to see us free. It is for freedom, beloved, that Jesus Christ died to set us free. And the truth, not falsehood, is what will set us free. Reaching out there in Washington, D.C., at the State Department, at the hotel, to speak out the truth is just in line with Jesus' teaching in John 8:32 to 36. So let me quickly say this to us all, those who turned out, those who were watching from ground zero, who had lost momentum on this freedom quest, thinking that there is too much division abroad in diaspora, that there's no reason to continue to hope. You got it clean and clear that what unites us in diaspora and at home is more than what divides us. We are not divided. We are united, and we are looking for that true unity. Evil unity is not what we are looking for, dear citizens of the former British Southern Cameroons.
Good morning, House. Good afternoon or good evening, wherever you are. Ambazonians, rational Ambazonians did a good job yesterday. Those who have this revelation at heart did a good job yesterday. And some have this revolution at heart, but were misguided. Some were not misguided, but they were just being foolish. And some were not foolish, but they were not just being visionary. A lot of people who were misguided were looking at it as if they are going to Washington to protest against the search of Comrade Chris' house. And so they will not come, or they will not support it because Comrade Chris should have been picked and put in jail. That is just sheer foolishness, stupidity, and putting a small difference above the Ambazonian quest for freedom. However, we did a good job yesterday. Those who supported financially, so those who supported with their presence, those who supported morally, those who put their voices, like Mark Beretta and the rest in Europe, and call for Ambazonians to converge in Washington to protest against this BI regime. You all did a good job, and I say kudos to all of you. The Washington DC planning or working group is a working group that was working on this Washington thing long before our leaders came out to announce it. Also organized a sit down, an Ambazonian sit down, and the resolutions are out. The short resolutions, they are very short, but the blueprint of what is going to be in place moving forward is there. And I think it's now on the leaders to pick it from there, call themselves, have a conference and sit down, and this will be materialized. But at least something has been put in place already. A collaborative platform, and perhaps why not even lead to unity? What I would really want to do, what I would really want to suggest is that let us select the videos that came from Washington yesterday and send back to ground zero, because there are three things that that the Washington rally achieved. Number one, it protested against and signaled the presence of a terrorist in Washington. Don't think that Americans don't hear. The Biden administration must have heard it by now. Newspapers have heard it, that Dia is a terrorist and was not supposed to be invited to Washington. The benefits of his presence here are both intended and unintended. America is not stupid. They brought him here. They are going to simply tell him something if he ever agreed to our ground audience. Number two is that our meeting in Washington brought us to the point where we wanted to start. It has triggered this unity movement that Comrade Chris has espoused here before, or has propounded here before. Number three thing, that it has assured our people back home that the diaspora movement and support has not been destroyed. Unlike how the newspapers back home have reported, the media houses back home have reported, and our people were like, oh, truly this revolution is winding to an end. Even when the rally started, messages that I was receiving back from home was that the population, the presence, the population was really proving that truly the revolution is waning. But by the time everything became full towards the end, where the huge population was protesting at Conrad Hotel, they were now sending me messages that they are now relieved, they are fine. And so the Washington rally yesterday did not only protest against beer, it also assured our people that we are not budging, we are not blinking, no matter what. We are ready to give ourselves to jails, to searches, and to all types of things here, like they have subjected themselves to shootings and killing, to the genocide back home, and they are not budging, they are not blinking. Diaspora is ready to fight as well as Ground Zero is fighting. So these are the things that Washington achieved yesterday. And I would really like to suggest here that we don't let things get cool. Let the leaders pick it up, perhaps quickly convene a conference of the leaders. Some of the leaders were not present because they were out of town. Even some that were in town but did not see the need for it, because they have been disenfranchised with all these breakaways and breaking fragmentation and disunity. Maybe they will be encouraged to come back in. So let the leaders pick it up now and convene a conference, a unity conference, or a collaboration conference as soon as possible, so that we can cement what started in Washington, or we can continue to galvanize steam. Because if we let it sleep, maybe things will fall back. Number two is that let us, as I want to emphasize again the point that we should send the videos of Washington, some of the speeches that were made, like the speech of Comrade Chris and the first speech of Eric Tata and and John Baakuru and other speakers that spoke. Let us take them and send to back home so that they should circulate and reach even the media back home that Ambazonians in the diaspora are not going to be perturbed by arrests and searches, and that the fight continues, and that we are not afraid, so that they to be encouraged. Let the media back home, let us particularly, I don't know some of those media, if I see them and I know them, I will particularly send them to them. Let them also publish them, to publish us protesting right in the presence of the police that they thought we would be afraid. Protesting right in front of the hotel of Phobia. Let them see this. We really want them to see it. And I'm just posting some of the videos to my Media Prime, who made a presentation Prime Hour with Padi Asanga, Nick Ngwanyam, and this guy in Europe calling himself a lawyer, Lisenge, and so forth, who were there jubilating that the separatists has been there with in America. No, America is not dealing with separatists. It's dealing with some people that have been reported to me. I say falsely. I choose my words. I say reported and accused falsely for committing some crimes against American citizens. They are not dealing with separatists. They would have arrested communities. They would have arrested Sako, or they would have arrested any other person calling himself leader here if they were against separatists. But they are investigating specific things that have been reported. And when the day comes, our brothers will be acquitted because they did not commit any crime. So I
Good evening, fellow Southern Cameroonians. My name is Sama Thomas. Since the gunning down of Commander Lion from Mancon by the enemy occupational forces, where the Mancon man invite them, like he pass, they can protect you for do whatever they do for Mancon Palace Day. I be sure say we don't see the amount of soldiers the way they did for Palace Day. And we don't see their action. We then do them, we then act them for kill one of we. The question now is to go for all Mancon people. Now who there for Mancon will no be Amber suspect? Now who there for Southern Cameroons will no be Amber suspect? Now who the exist of Southern Cameroon will no be soldier? Every Southern Cameroon will go for Mancon Palace. Make innocent Mancon Palace and that Kwatantinka a high risk zone. Because of the presence of La Republic soldiers them for Mancon Palace, like I don't always talk about, any Southern Cameroonian, if you did for any place to see La Republic soldiers and camp for day, leave that area because that area now a potential target. Make the one target that area where they for day. So leave the scene, for that's a risky scene. For the simple fact that now soldiers don't occupy Mancon Palace for celebrate whatever thing they celebrate for day, I call upon all Southern Cameroonians, all chiefdoms and fondoms for Mezam. Say, please, the Mancon Palace na a risky zone. Where if you pass for the hungry, triggered La Republican soldiers, they will gun you down. So you will get all yourself for blame. If you pass for we want target La Republican soldiers when they for we know the target and talk to because you for this, so we know target them. You could be like a collateral damage. So no come you for Please, this one is a warning for all Mancon people and all Southern Cameroonians. This one will only be uplifted if the fund it will come out with a public announcement. So all the occupational soldiers for La Republic will be different with a different palace. They don't leave that palace and with a proof, say they don't come out. Then civilians will be allowed for enter for that area for do whatever celebration they want to for day. But so long as La Republic soldiers live for that palace, stay away from it. For that area is a risky zone for every civilian in the southern Cameroons. Stay away from danger. Do not go and put yourself into harm's way.
Revolutionary greetings, 21 gun salute to all of our fighters, all of the great generals, and all of our revolutionaries defending this struggle and supporting the right people fighting in this struggle. Yes, I want just make commentary for this audio where I listen and where they come from some patriotic Ambazonia. Look, the visit for tyrant dictator Mr. Biawe don't be for power for 50 years. It don't straighten this revolution. It don't make this revolution be more stronger than ever. Yes, you know why? Tyrant dictator Bia, he be wish say time we go for America, we will just surrender. And if you think say that intimidation where MDI do and for Eric Tato, President Christopher Ano, all these people, we got the fear. And in that one never happened. You know, say President Christopher Ano will be more smarter than him. And their enabler, Mr. Sako, he don't call say, he don't talk say make they not go for that protest. But I know why. Because you know, say if we go for that protest, you see, they don't bring all atrocities where they don't commit them from our territory. All the image them, all the evils them where ye soldiers, ye BIR, the kill where parents at home, houses where they rest them for Ambazonia. When I see how a journalist them be dead there, they don't snap them. The world know about our history and they know what way this dictator way don't make 50 years on power. Don't do them for our territory. Yes, and now Macron make that negotiation. Say make Biden invite Bia make it come there for try for strengthening Bia so that Bia feel leave power for a picking problem nowadays. Now the negotiation way to go on with Macron, between Macron and Biden. Yes, going forward, I want just talk and say, this where struggle don't go more stronger and the visit for dictator Bia, it don't push this where struggle again, more steps are forward. Yes. We get to understand, say the world don't recognize we. Yes. And we get to understand, say the world know we are history. And we get to understand, say we're struggle not to fall again. Yes, now what the way to go on now, today. May we now understand, say today, this struggle, the entire international community know about our struggle and they know what way to happen for we are land today. Yes. What we will get for do am now for put more fire for down. Now, diplomatically we don't win them. Now we get for set fire for down. Fire, more fire down. Yes. Now on the matter of time, when Mr. Biago come for negotiation, a settlement.